Why are you so confident with everything on the line here?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sending you home. Unless you hear from a court officer, I expect to see you back here at 10 tomorrow morning.
Evangeline, what happened to Spencer?
I don't know. But if it has anything to do with the judge dismissing the jury early, we could be in trouble.
What is Judge Fortier doing? Why did he send the jury home?
I don't know. Judging from the looks on the faces of the defense, I think we're in trouble.
Hey, Mr. Truman, up here.
Order. Order. I have received some troubling information about Dr. Truman's behavior after he was returned to his cell.
Your Honor, the prosecution should have been told.
I felt there was no time to waste.
No disrespect, Your Honor, but the prosecution has a right to know if something has happened to the defendant.
And you're about to find out, Miss Williamson. Please sit down. Will the defendant please rise? Dr. Truman, you have been charged with murder in the first degree in the death of Officer Thomas McBain. Despite your testimony and that of Dr. Saybrook's, I ruled that you were fit to stand trial.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you very much. Fit as a fiddle.
Spencer. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Dr. Truman, but I'm thinking of changing my mind.
Outrage, Your Honor. I'm not crazy.
Dr. Truman, after
I just
hearing...
needed more ink
Dr. Truman,
for my
after
writings.
hearing about your most recent behavior, I have no choice but to reconsider my earlier ruling.
Did he just say what I think he just said?
Yeah. And Spencer is not crazy. The judge is crazy.
What the hell is this guy thinking anyway?
That bitch got to him.
If you can't control yourselves, I will clear this courtroom.
Your Honor, you already ruled that the defendant was fit to stand trial, and the facts of this case have not changed.
We're not talking about the facts, Miss Williamson, or guilt versus innocence. We're talking about a man's sanity.
I am not crazy, Your Honor. My attorney is the only one in this room who thinks that I'm incapable of standing trial,
Mr.
and
Casey,
he's obviously
Mr. Casey,
suffering from
Mr.
vascular
Casey,
dementia.
Control your client.
Sit. Come on, sit down.
Now, since the incident in question, Dr. Truman was again examined at length by Dr. Saybrook. I have decided that the best way to proceed is to have Dr. Saybrook return to the stand and tell the court of her most recent findings.
Objection, Your Honor. We already know Dr. Saybrook's opinion, and if you insist on proceeding, my expert should be given equal time with the defendant.
You asked to be told of the incident, Counselor. Once she tells the court on the record, I will render my decision. Dr. Saybrook. Please remember, Dr. Saybrook, you are still under oath.
Bo, do you have any idea what this is about? It looks like the judge is looking for an excuse to declare Truman unfit to stand trial.
If I strangle this judge right now, could I get off with insanity?
If you hired Spencer's lawyer, yes, you could.
How much is Spencer paying you to lie for him, Marty?
Quiet!
Well,
Quiet! Any further disruptions, and I will have you thrown in jail for contempt. Sit down.
all right.
One more outburst from anyone in this courtroom, and I will clear it. Dr. Saybrook, please tell the court exactly what you saw when you visited Dr. Truman in his cell.
Dr. Truman was repeatedly banging his head against the iron bed frame.
Anything else?
He has a self-inflicted laceration on his head, resulting in a mild concussion.
Go on.
He was using the blood from the head wound to write the words Blair and Mother on the cell wall.
Your Honor, this doesn't prove that he's insane, only that he's desperate to convince you that he is.
Dr. Saybrook, in your professional opinion, are the defendant's actions a ploy to be found unfit to stand trial?
No, Your Honor. Once the jury goes into deliberations, Dr. Truman would have no reason to believe that his actions would in any way sway the outcome of the trial.
Because I'm innocent, Your Honor. The jury knows that I'm innocent.
Dr. Truman's actions are not those of a rational man. His sanity is rapidly declining, and he's a danger to himself. I stand by my earlier testimony. Dr. Truman is mentally incapable of understanding what is happening to him and of taking responsibility for his actions.
Look, I don't care if he's a drooling idiot. The man deserves to fry, Judge.
Blair, sit down. Keep quiet, or that judge is going to throw you in jail. Stop.
I warned you, Miss Kramer. Bailiff, please remove Miss Kramer from the court.
Judge, I'll vouch for her. If she doesn't shut up, I'll kick her up myself.
And who will vouch for you, Mr. Manning?
I'll vouch for
That's
Miss
enough,
Kramer.
Dr. Truman. Very well, you may stay, Miss Kramer, but that is strike two.
It's Natalie.
You gonna answer?
I'm gonna wait until I hear the judge's decision.
Dr. Saybrook, are you completely convinced that Dr. Truman is unfit?
Yes, Your Honor. I stand by my years of experience in the psychiatric field.
What do you think, Todd?
I have no further questions. You may step down, Dr. Saybrook. This is not an easy decision, but a man's life is at stake. And the law states he is to be allowed a fair trial, that he must be capable of understanding the charges against him and of mounting a defense. And Dr. Truman is mentally unable to understand those charges. He is unable to defend himself. Therefore, I have no choice but to declare a mistrial.
No!